popular IDE for Python, which is nothing but PyCharm. So this is from JetBrains. If you are hired from Java background, anything like IntelliJ IDEA, so it is just a copy of it for Python, which is customized purely for Python, and it is very useful for developers. And of course, JetBrains is launching a uh, new IDE for data scientists, which is DataSpell. So you can go through JetBrains.com and you can check that. I will give the link in the chat as a first comment. Okay, so in PyCharm, you can see a lot of useful features. So out of which we'll see some basics, right? So I'm just going to take you to through the some of the most. This is the community edition I'm using. First of all, community edition and uh, enterprise edition both are available in PyCharm. So I'm just going to walk you through with the community edition. I will be taking you through ultimate edition also, which is enterprise edition. Both I will that also I will be taking you through with a different video. And so some of the useful tips I can tell you, right? So in PyCharm, the most beautiful thing is you can open any project with any folder. You can click on a folder and open that as a project. So it comes as a project, right? So that's how I have opened this Python playground. And you can go to settings and project structure. So you can before that you can download a lot of plugins. So some of the useful plugins are like if you are going to work on data science, just search for big data, but it is available only for ultimate edition, so it is not available here. So I'm going to search some another thing, sonar, which is, yeah, which will do your code quality check before you commit your changes. So like that you can find a lot of useful plugins and you can install. And CSV, and there is one more beautiful part of CSV, right? um, there is a rainbow CSV. Yeah, your CSV file will look like this. So okay, what is the column name and the color combination of that column, right? So this is a more beautiful thing. I would recommend everyone to try this if you are working on anything uh, CSV and data related stuff. Okay, and you can go to settings, project structure. This is, see, I just want to cover this video in just 10 minutes, but we cannot cover all the features of PyCharm in 10 minutes because it has lots and lots of cool features. Okay, in Python interpreter for this project I'm going to configure an interpreter, right? I'm going to set a virtual environment for it, right? So I did not download Python yet in my machine. Maybe that's the reason it is asking me to go with the web version of Python. Yeah, later I will set, which will set up a virtual environment, and I can do. You can use Conda environment, which is Anaconda environment, and you can see project structure, which is a source directory, which is a excluded directory, and all the things. And most importantly, you can come here on the languages and frameworks. In communication we have limited options, and if you come to tools, terminal, right? You by default it is comes as command.exe, which means in Windows command prompt. But whereas if you want, you can change it to git bash also. Wherever your git is installed, you can give the git bash.exe. So then your terminal start works. Here is your terminal. Your terminal start work as a git bash, which will remember the history. By default, Windows command will not remember the history, right? So these are all the things you can tweak little bit. And there is something um, I'm covering important menu only. There are a lot many menu items, but there is something called git, right? So you can apply the git things here, git related operations. So you can pull, fetch, push, commit. So I have a I will make a separate video on git in the developer series PyCharm. I will make a separate video for that, and I will make a separate video for Sonar as well. Okay, so now whatever, whenever you make some changes to your git, right, git I mean any files, right? So I'm just going to make some change here. So PyCharm, one of the beautiful part of PyCharm is I did annotate. If you look at this, what I did, I just did annotate with the git blame, right? It shows who committed this file on which date. I committed this file on this which date. Okay, and it shows what is the line you have changed. Out of all those lines, if you don't want to know what is the exact line you changed, here it shows a small icon, or you can go scroll up here. You can, if you click on this, it will navigate you there. Wherever you are, you just click on this, it will navigate you to there. Okay, and it shows changed color. And again guys, this is very very basic video who just create starting their things with PyCharm. Okay, and I'm not specific to Python development, I'm not specific to data science, data engineering on this video, right? We'll talk separately. If we are going to talk on Python, REST APIs, that's a separate thing. We'll discuss in a separate video. Okay, so whenever you made a change to this file, right? So you can, it will show you some of the changes here, right? One second, here is the commit. It is annoying me. Git is here, commit is here, so I'm just pulling Git to here, so that you can drag and drop wherever whenever you see something in some another awkward position, you can drag and drop into. This is one panel, and this is one panel where you can dock your uh, panels, your tools, right? This git commit is a tool, and you can see I have two files changed. uh, I will show you in a separate video how the commit and how the things works. Okay, so, and in IntelliJ, there is one beautiful thing. Let us say you want to change two lines or more than two lines at a time. Hit the Control tab three times and down arrow or up arrow, right? So now I click it two times and I'm going to see everything. So this is the most beautiful feature in PyCharm, guys. You just try it out, right? And there are few other more, right? So I will cover with a different videos like PyCharm with a data REST API with the Flask, and PyCharm with the data engineering, and PyCharm those videos PyCharm with Git, PyCharm with command prompt. So these are, I will be covering different videos, so it will help you. Okay, so, and you can find any action. If you want to find any action, let us say there are, each menu item has lot and lot many, so let's not do that. You can find there, and there is something. If I want to search for a file, I'm just hitting, see, I'm just hitting Control Shift N. I can search for files. uh, if I want to search for classes, Control N, right? So if I want to search everything, Control Shift F, this one, This one stands for Control Shift F. Okay, all the files in the environment, right? Control Shift F. So I'm doing Control Shift F, and I can search for something. It shows in the entire repository. I can change the scope. What is the scope? In all places, or it's in a directory. So I will be taking into, even you cannot believe I can search in the entire C directory as well. In the entire C directory I can search here. So uh, like this we have all see, there is another beautiful thing. We can see from our GitHub, we can see pull requests and we can validate them here itself. Beautiful, isn't it? Whenever you want to validate your pull request in the GitHub, it is not as good as our most developer friendly IDE, right? It is just a common business friendly comparison between the files. So if you want, we can walk through that also, pull requests in a GitHub separate. So in the PyCharm pull requests, I will cover in a GitHub video. Two things: pull request in a GitHub web page, pull request in PyCharm. These two things we can cover in different videos. Okay, yeah, that's all, guys. On a very basic PyCharm. So please, uh, I'll comment your questions. We can check it, right? Yeah, please provide your suggestions as well. Thank you all. I just wanted to make it as a short and sweet video. I don't want to take hours and hours, so I want to cut the each functionality small. Okay, okay, guys. See you in another video. Bye.